what are some other examples of inclusion you've seen on the screen, the TV show or movie that you've enjoyed this year?
Oh, wow.
I just started watching Handmaid's Tale. I know I'm a little late, but that's been such a treat. That's like just, oh my God, I'm loving it. So that's my one right now.
Yeah, me too.
I'm really looking forward to seeing the new Steve McQueen film, Widows. I'm really looking forward to seeing that. I grew up with the original British version of that, and to see what obviously he did as well, but to see what he's doing with the movie and Viola taking front and center stage, I'm really, really looking forward to that. I'm going to be front of the line for that one.
You can be my +1.
Boom.
To the premiere.
I love Black Panther. Since we're in Comic-Con, I really was, it was, Wakanda forever. It's like one of those things.
I just heard rumors they're going to do an all-female
It's
version.
like I was asking Coleman, where are you? Like,
There's rumors. There's rumors that Ryan.
Fear the Walking Dead has, since its inception, has been a very inclusive show. I think that they were very conscious from the very beginning to make sure that we were cast. I mean, it was a cast from around the world, and I think that has hopefully that's ignited something within the industry as well. To see that our show, even we've had episodes that was just like all in Spanish as well, which was very popular as well. So I think that the more that we just keep telling stories, the more that we have stories that are just out there and just saying that people have full, complex lives, and we're part of the universe, so that our universe actually looks like this.
It makes
because
logical
it's
sense, right?
Exactly.
That if
So
the world order is appended, if society is turned on its head, then the same structures.
Everyone's there. Exactly, right?
Oppressed various populations aren't there anymore. It's pretty rad. Like, you have to follow that idea through.
There's a common obstacle.
And hopefully it's not a trend of inclusion, because, sometimes it feels like, we take a few steps forward and then we take a few steps back. Yes. But hopefully it's just something that just makes sense. But I think it starts to make even more sense. We have more inclusion as producers, as showrunners, as directors, as writers. So it's important for, I think all of us on the stage, we do many things as well. And that's how we can make a difference. So I think that's great and it's necessary and it just makes sense.
And for us,
to be in the room where it happens.
Mm-hmm.
On Fear and on Walking Dead, for us in the second half of the season, we have some new characters coming on that are so thrilling in terms of this subject that you're speaking of.
Yeah.
And also Walking Dead's just brought on 2 new female characters. One is deaf in real life, and the character is deaf from the comic book. And so I'm really excited about the whole Walking Dead universe with regard to inclusion, and it's always been, but
it always feels important. It feels very important for our universe.
It's also reflected in the viewership too, because our shows have always had equal, more or less, female and male viewership, which is quite amazing, because usually it's tipped one way or the other. For this show, it's like almost equal for both.
And I also like not just that in both of our shows, not just that it has happened, but also the way that it was happened. There was no fanfare. There was no pat ourselves on the back about it. It was a straightforward decision that was made, and it was done with very little fuss. There were characters that were female in the books that were cast as male, and male in the books that were cast as female, black in the books that were cast as white, white in the books that were cast as black. We've been doing it long before people were talking about inclusion, and we've been doing it in a quiet way that made a lot of difference. And I think, as Alicia said, it's reflected in our fan base because they recognized it before we started giving it a new word.
Yeah,
And it's cool that we're also from all over the world. Like, even for our experience, I learned so much from Australia, from from everyone. I mean, Kim was here, Frank is from London, and Lenny, like, their experience, like, it just makes it fun, and it's how it should be, because this world is, we're just living in it, and what matters to her is, it's nice to learn from that and to understand it and appreciate it, and the universe also shows that. I mean,
we've been traveling. To say it's one of the aspects of the franchise that we're all the proudest of.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's really special.
It is not a gimmick.
It's not a gimmick at all. It's just storytelling. What makes sense for storytelling.
Yes.
Another star from the original Walking Dead universe would you like to see show up in your universe?
Can't think of one.
Judith.
Wait.
You want it to be Negan.
Oh, yeah.
I want
what do you
Carol
think
to come
Negan?
over. I want to do some stuff with Carol. I think that'd be really fun.
She came over actually in sort of shadowed a director on our episode.
Yeah, Melissa was shadowing Michael Satrazemis while he was directing our Laura episode, and that was really fun.
We actually went for lunch, myself and Melissa, in Austin, and there were a few people who were seriously freaked out by seeing the two of us sat down for lunch at Austin. People were like, well, wait now, what? What? Like that. So that was fun.
You never know. Anything can happen.
I think
Never
I
know
would
who you're
love
gonna
to
see.
see Michonne.
Oh, yeah, that's a great one.
I think I would like to meet her without fighting her or anything. Just like
Two
friendly
denies
conversation.
in one scene.
Just like normal, you know. Doesn't have to be all dramatic.
Denied in the second power.
You know.
It's all drama on our shows.
Oh, but you know, I like to feel that we can have a conversation. Put a sword aside. Let's talk. It'll be fun.